You guys work really nicely with the movement. The costume's looking great. Okay, so then we're at the bandstand. And then let's stick with the shanty singing. Let's get another recording of that.
We hear the conversations of three particularly chatty bathers. They speak so fast it sounds like the squawks of seagulls.
She's a wreck. Can we text her? It's massive. I'm vexed. I'm passive. I'm choking on plastic.
Take two.
I have read that when you were, at first when you were a child, you didn't particularly aspire to be an artist. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know necessarily it was a job that one could have. Well, like the images I have of an artist at the time was like Van Gogh or Toulouse-Lautrec, and I didn't think that was me at all, It also didn't appeal to me, this idea of suffering in a studio. One of the things when I was really little was to be an accountant, but that was much more about like loving maths and being precise and like lining things up and seeing how things fit together. And I think that kind of sensibility still runs through in the practice.
So then you ended up going to the Royal College of Art.
So I went to study painting, but I went to study painting so I could learn how to create a narrative within a frame. The thing that was great about the RCA was all of the departments that we had. So I spent a lot of time going to all the other lectures, so going to car design or photography or, I don't know, fashion, like whatever it was, you could just kind of dip in, and there were these kind of different thinking cultures that happen with each department. Maybe that I didn't have like a very kind of like hallowed art education meant that I don't necessarily hold fine art in any greater esteem. Or I see it as just like another mode of behaviour that you can kind of like dip in and out of. So you can use that kind of like habit of looking, but bring in something else which kind of jars with that or mixes with that in a particular way. I feel like a lot of my work is just making decisions that seem to make sense to myself. Like I guess that research can be myself on the street and noticing like what the bricks are like outside, or it could be the way that someone sits in a car in a film, or it could be reading like a Raymond Roussel book, or sometimes it can be very romantic. Like, I got very interested in lots of kind of like ancient Japanese theatre and just trying to understand what it was that had kind of pulled me into it, or what my seduction was, or what I had misunderstood. In my way, I tried to make work very kind of enjoyable for other people, like a visual treat. I will not think about work. I will not think about work. I will not think about work. Akimbo styly. What does that mean? 2 E's. 2 E's, akimbo styly. I did used to go to the library a lot, and so for me that was a research as such. But what I used to like about the library was this idea that you could be looking for one thing. Like I remember looking for Supermannerist painting, and then you turn around and then you find a book about like radical Italian design. Again, I guess it goes back to this idea of collage or coincidence, or the way that a library structure is formed then allows for knowledge to kind of cross-contaminate. And maybe another term for it would be noticing particularities as such. You're aware that you're very much driven by what you think you understand. your kind of heart moves you. Maybe it is my rejection of painting or something that, I just don't have the patience to sit and paint something, but I can observe what happens when two things meet, because it's not necessarily linear, or it's a different type of time. I'm interested in that kind of quality of time that can happen within collage. The thing of the work is always about the experience of stuff, rather than the context or a lineage. Or being an artist can be quite you can give yourself lots of interesting problems, so I'd rather do it that way.
Curiosity seems to be at the root of a lot of what you're describing there.
Yeah, curiosity. I guess they're all modes of looking, right? Like curiosity is a mode of looking, being skeptical is another, trying to be excited is another one. Yeah, it's almost conversational. The work is conversational, and every conversation I have with people, like you would discuss things differently with a different person each time. And so I guess I want to make work that's capable of having lots of different conversations in the present with someone. I think my favourite letter of the alphabet today is R. I really want to finish watching that Agnes Varda documentary. I really like how Agnes Varda moves the camera in her films pretty fast. Oh, I don't like that soap I put in the bathroom last week, stinks. The sleeve opening on a kimono should be, I think, the width of your hand span when all your fingers are stretched. I wonder if it's going to stop raining soon. I think I left an apple in my bag. It's been there for like 3 days now.